Morning, if you're watching this is a video for the ELT-115 section 1 on July the 9th. Okay, so today we're going to continue with the S ending, and we're going to start watching a video that gives a very clear explanation about when and how to use the S ending, and then we're going to continue with some exercises that involve listening and speaking. So this is again the ELT 115 section 1 session on July the 9th. Here we go.
Hi, it's Rob here from Woodward English. Today we're going to learn about the pronunciation of S at the end of words in English. In English, there are many words that end in S. There are regular plural nouns, such as buses, books, and words. There are third-person singular verbs in the simple present tense: watches, sleeps, plays. There are also possessive nouns which end in an apostrophe S: Alice's, Mike's, Mary's. Now, did you notice how the final S was pronounced in 3 different ways? How was the final S pronounced in the first column? Buses, watches, Alice's. The S sounds like is. Those 2 slashes on either side of is refer to the broad transcription or way of writing the pronunciation of a word. Buses, watches, Alice's. How is the final S pronounced in the second column? Books, sleeps, Mike's. The S sounds like an S or an S sound. Books, sleeps, Mike's. How is the final S pronounced in the third column? Words, plays, Mary's. The S sounds like a Z or Z, which is a buzzing Z sound. Words, plays, Mary's. Why do we pronounce the S at the end of words in 3 different ways? Well, first we need to learn the difference between voiced sounds and voiceless sounds, also known as unvoiced sounds. A voiced sound means it uses the vocal cords and produces a humming sound or a vibration here in the throat when you say them. Put your fingers on your throat and pronounce the letter L. 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 You notice you can feel a slight vibration here. L. That is because it is a voiced sound. A voiceless sound, sometimes called an unvoiced sound, is when there is no vibration in the throat. It's because it comes from the mouth area. For example, if we pronounce the letter P, P, it comes from the mouth area, P. It doesn't come from here, like P. It doesn't come from here, it comes from the mouth, P. So the P is an unvoiced sound. Try this with the other letters, and then you will feel a difference between voiced and unvoiced sounds. For example, the F sound, F. Where does that come from? It comes from the front of your mouth. F. So it is also an unvoiced sound or voiceless sound. How about the N sound? N. N. You can feel a slight vibration here, so it is a voiced sound. N. How about the Z sound or the Z sound? Z. Z. You can feel the vibration here, so that letter is also a voiced sound. Another sound that we need to know is the sibilant sound, which is produced by forcing air out through your teeth. It is characterized by the hissing sound, S, or a buzzing sound, zzz. Also, the sound that someone makes when they want you to be quiet, shh. Those are sibilant sounds. Now we know the difference between voiced, unvoiced, and sibilant sounds. We can learn the correct pronunciation of the final S at the end of words in English.
The first group is of words that end in a sibilant sound. A sibilant sound is a hissing or buzzing sound. With these words, the final S is pronounced as is. This is sound is pronounced as an extra syllable. For example, the word race ends in a sibilant sound, a C. Race. You can hear the hissing at the end of the word. Race. So when we add an S to the end of the word, in plural, it becomes races. Notice how race is one syllable and races is two syllables. Let's look at some words that end in a sibilant sound. Race becomes races. Bus becomes buses. Box, boxes. Prize, prizes. Kiss, kisses. Watch, watches. Dish, dishes. Change, changes. So if the word ends in a sibilant sound, then you add the is sound to the end. The next group are the words that end in a voiceless sound. A voiceless sound is when the vocal cords do not vibrate, as the sound comes from the mouth and not the throat. If the last consonant of the word ends in a voiceless sound, like the P in sleep, then the S is pronounced as an S or S sound. So sleep becomes sleeps. Let's go through the list and pay attention to the sound of the S at the end. Sleeps, books, hats, cliffs, laughs. The GH here is pronounced like an F, so it is laughs. Graphs. The PH here also sounds like an F. Graphs. These words end in a voiceless consonant, so they all end in an S or S sound. The third group contains words that end in a voiced sound. A voiced sound uses the vocal cords and they produce a vibration or humming sound in the throat. If the last letter of the word ends in a voiced sound, like the B in crab, B is a voice sound, so the S is pronounced as a Z sound. So crab becomes crabs. Let's go through the list and pay attention to the sound of the final S. Crabs, words, bags, falls, dreams, fans, sings, wears, gloves. They all end in a Z sound. Also, when a word ends in a vowel sound, we also use the voiced Z pronunciation for the final S. For example, play ends in an A sound, so play becomes plays. See becomes sees. Try becomes tries. Follow becomes follows. Continue becomes continues. So, in summary, there are three ways of pronouncing the S at the end of a word in English. The pronunciation of words ending in S depends on the final consonant sound. So let's look at some example sentences. Listen to the pronunciation of the words ending in S. All of the prizes are in the boxes. He reads books about hats. Butlers wear white gloves. Let's listen again at normal speed. All of the prizes are in the boxes. He reads books about hats. Butlers wear white gloves. How do you pronounce the final S in the following words? The answers will appear in 5 seconds. Click pause if you need more time. 1. Pauses. 2. Ends. 3. Bridges. 4. Sings. 5. Cups. 6. Reaches. 7. Students. 8. Pens.
I hope you found this video useful. If you did, click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and remember to hit that notifications bell so you know exactly when I create new videos to help you improve your English. Have an awesome day!
So that was the video that I wanted to share with you because it contains very clear explanations about the use of S ending. Now let's go and take a look at some exercises here, right? Let me share with you the website first. Right, probably you were familiar with the concepts of a voiceless S, right? Hissing sound, and Z as a buzzing sound, and might be a little bit new for you, the concept of sibilant. So when we think about the sibilant sound, we basically think about S, Z, Sh, Ch, and J, right? So in connection to this, we need to add an extra syllable. So some of the sibilant cases we have here, let me make this a little bit bigger. For example, bus ends in S, so we get buses. Bridge ends in J, so we need to add an extra syllable, bridges, which might be I or it might be a schwa. In general, RP or some British dialects prefer is, whereas a schwa is preferred in some dialects such as German American. Same here, wishes, wish, wishes, or wishes, right? Is, 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 is. Okay. Some of the examples given here for words ending in sibilant were given in the video, right? Races, pauses, nurses, buzzes, rises, fixes, boxes, hoaxes, amazes, freezes, prizes, quizzes, kisses, misses, passes, bosses, churches, sandwiches, witches, teaches, dishes, wishes, pushes, crashes, garages, changes, ages, judges. Okay, and for the voiceless sound, some of the examples given were cups, stops, sleeps, hats, students, hits, writes, cooks, books, drinks, walks, cliffs, sniffs, beliefs, laughs, graphs, myths, tablecloths, months. Okay, and in the case of the z sound, the voiced z, some of the examples given were crabs, rubs, cards, words, rides, ends, rugs, bags, bags, deals, calls, falls, hills, plums, dreams, fans, drains, runs, pens, kings, belongs, sings, wears, cures, gloves, wives, shelves, drives, plays, boys, says, clothes, bathes, breathes, sees, fleas. So I'm going to copy and paste this website in the chat so you can do this pronunciation exercise on your own. Okay, because the idea is that you can do this on your own also to make yourself comfortable with it. Okay, now I would like to share with you some practice. I'm going to enlarge this. Okay, so in the following website that I'm going to copy and paste as well in the chat room, we have some exercises here. In this case, we need to find out whether these words may be classified in the first column with the voiceless s, in the second column with the voiced z, or with the extra syllable is. So pause the video, please, so you can do this exercise on your own. All right, assuming that you already worked on this exercise, let's take a look at your answers. So the first one, lives, should go here, right? The second one, makes, should go here. Invites should go here. Works should go in the first column. Wishes should go in the last column. Stays should go in the second column. Stays. Does should go in the second column. Washes should go in the last column. Has should go in the second column. Stops should be classified in the first column. Watches should be classified in the last column. Goes should be put into the second column. Pays should be put in the second column. Says should go in the second column. And enjoys should be classified in the second column as well. Okay, considering that oi is a diphthong and all vowel sounds are voiced. Okay, now let's take a look at this second exercise. Place the words below into the correct columns. Where there are two sounds, refer to the underlined S sound. Okay, so again, this is very similar. I mean, it's exactly the same classification exercise. So s, z, and well, we have sh here, but No, it's we have to think about is here, okay? So z and is. Okay. All right, pause the video, please, so you can work on this exercise. Right, so considering that we need to classify these words into z and is, let's see, as, right? Business, business. Business, business, right? Bush, we turn it into bushes, bushes, right? Plural form. Cabs, cabs, caps, caps. Cars, cars. Cats, cats. Caves, caves. Centuries. The first one is right, but the last one, centuries, centuries. This one. Comes, comes. Dots, dots. First column. Easy, easy. Eggs, eggs. Eyes, eyes. Graphs, graphs. Hills, hills. His, his. History, history. Eyes, eyes. Interesting, interesting. Kiss, kiss. Keys, keys. Lose, lose. Patience, patience. Please, please. She, well, doesn't have a plural form here. She's, she's. Shoes, shoes. Shops, shops. Silence, silence. Sure, doesn't have a plural form. Takes, takes. And was, okay, with a final voiced consonant sound. Okay, check your answers and decide which sounds and or phonemes below typically combine with s and z. So we need to think about this symbols which represent voiced and voiceless sounds, right? So the first one, b, is a voiced sound, so usually combines with z. F is voiceless, right, and combines with s. G is a voiced sound and combines with z. E, it's a vowel sound. Vowel sound sounds combined with voiced z. K is voiceless, right? So it combines with s. U combines with z because it's voiceless, right? It's also voiceless, therefore z. Think about comes, right? P is voiceless, so it combines with such as stop, stops, right? Oo is a voiced sound because it's a vowel sound, so it combines with z, like in shoes. V is a voiced sound, so it combines with z. Think about love, loves, okay? Loves. Okay, so let's take a look at all right, so for the following exercise, I'm going to give you this short story. I'm going to copy and paste it's a fairy tale, right? If you look at the stories to grown by, it says Cone Legend Stories for Kids, okay? So I copied and pasted the link in the chat. What I want you to do is I want you to go over the story, read it aloud, take a moment to revise anything that you don't know how to pronounce, and then we're going to see this the next the second part of the class. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video now. I want you to review this. I want you to read it aloud. It's a short story, and then we're going to cover the pronunciation of each one of these words. All right, so that's all for this first part of the lesson.